All right, is Mrs. Ouskool here today? Just making sure.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. I'm sorry.
Right now is McCoy.
Oh, Miss McCoy. Okay. All righty. Did anybody else come in that needs to hop onto the Google Meet before we start social studies?
Emery just came in.
Emery just came in. All right. Is Christopher here this morning?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. So, and Bella Bright is still not here?
No.
Okay. All right. We'll give them a few more minutes. We'll wait. This could be your time to sharpen your pencils, put away if you don't need your jacket, those kinds of things. We'll wait for about 3 minutes. It is 7:53, so when it's 7:56, I'll let you know when we'll start social studies.
Isabel Bright's here.
Okay.
No.
All right, guys, it is 7:56. I just saw Christopher. There he is. So we're going to go ahead and start social studies. So Miss Fullington is going to go ahead and share with you what you're going to do. All right, so in social studies this week, we're going to be talking about goods and services. And these are things that will help us in our community. So some of the vocabulary words that we will be using today are, let me go ahead and see. So these are the 3 words that we'll be using. So we have good, which is an object people need or want that can be touched or held. That's a good. Then we have service, and service is an action that a person does for someone else. And then we have work, physical or mental effort or activity directed toward the production of a good or providing a service. So this is what you do. This is the actions that you do. And then our last one, so there is for income. Income is money an individual earns by working. And so those 4 vocabulary words are we are going to be talking about every day in social studies from Monday through Wednesday. Guys, if you have any kind of like chapstick or lip gloss, it needs to be put away in your backpack. It should not be out. So if you have it, you need to go ahead and put that in your backpack. So I see one person that needs to do that, and they know who they are. All right, guys. So in Seesaw, we do have a video that Mrs. Fullington wants to share with you, and it's called Goods and Services. And so we're going to listen to that. So I'm going to go ahead and mute myself, okay?
Today we are going to learn about goods and services, what goods and services are, and how to tell the difference. The first thing we need to understand is that everything you buy is either a good or a service. A good is something you can touch with your hands, like a skateboard. A skateboard is a good. It's something you can buy and you can touch with your hands. Now, a service is a job you pay someone else to do. A great example of that is painting a house. Painting a house is a service. It's a job you pay someone else to do. So, a good is something you can touch with your hands, and a service is a job you pay someone else to do. Let's look at some more examples. A car is a good. It's something you can touch. A car wash is a service. It's something you pay someone else to do. If you were to buy a roll of carpet, that is a good. It's something you can touch. But laying carpet is a service. When it gets installed, that is a service. Last example, a pair of shoes is a good. If you bought shoes, that's a good. That's something you can touch. But if your shoes break, the shoe repair is a service. It's a job that you pay someone else to do. Everything we buy is either a good, something we can touch with our hands, or a service, a job we pay someone else to do. So let's give you a try. Help us figure out if it is a good or a service. We're going to do a little game that we call at Homeschool Pop, good or service. We're going to show you a picture, and you're going to tell us whether you think it's a good or a service. Here's our first one. Bread. Bread is it a good or a service? Yeah, bread is a good. It's something you can touch. Try this one. Baking a cake. Baking a cake is you know which one?
Guys, what do y'all think baking a cake? Is it a good or a service?
Service.
Okay, so let's see if you're right. Let's see.
It's a service. It's a job you pay someone else to do. What about this one? A medical checkup. A medical checkup is
What's a medical checkup?
Service.
All right, so let's see.
Is it a good or a service? Yeah, it's a service. It's a job you pay someone else to do. What about this one? A bicycle. A bicycle is
Good.
I think you're right, so let's see.
Yeah, it's a good. It's something that you buy that you can actually touch. Good job. We all like this one. Pizza delivery is
Service.
Do you know which one it is? A good or a service? It's a service. It's a job you pay someone else to do. Here's our last one. A pizza is a...
Good.
We had to do this after the pizza delivery. What is a pizza? A pizza is a good. It's something that you buy that you can actually touch. Awesome job. Thanks for playing. Everything you buy is a good or a service. A good is something you can touch. A service is a job you pay someone else to do.
All right, guys, we did a really good job on this little mini lesson of goods and services. So I'm going to go ahead and show you in Seesaw what you're going to be doing. So give me a thumbs up if you can see our Seesaw page. Awesome. All right. So in Seesaw, it says, after watching the video, reading the book, go to the last page after the book to give examples of goods and services. So let's see here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and read this book. And then on the last page, they have give three examples of a service, give 3 examples of goods. So we're going to go ahead and read this story together. And then you are going to do the last page on your own. So no partner work on this one, okay? This one's pretty easy because you know the difference between a good and a service. A good is something that you can touch, right, and be held. A service is that you pay or have someone else to do, right? They work and they do this for you. It's a service. All right, so we're going to go ahead and read this book. It's called Goods and Services. All right, it says things people buy. It says people buy things they need and want. They buy goods and services. Goods are real things that people can touch and use. A service is work done for other people. It says an eye doctor does a service as he checks your eyes. The glasses he sells are goods. It says fun fact. In 2004, the U.S. Department of Labor counted over 10 million people making goods in U.S. factories. All right, and so it says goods and services. Goods can be large, like a house or a car. Goods can also be small, notebooks, a bunch of bananas, and soap or are some small goods. It says men, women, boys, and girls can all do services. A dentist's work is a service. Washing cars, mowing lawns, and cutting their hair are other services. It says the government services. It says some goods and services come from the government. The government collects money called taxes. Taxes pay for the goods and services for everyone use. Services everyone uses. Taxes pay for firefighters and police officers. Parks, libraries, and schools are also paid with taxes. Fun fact, in 1921, West Virginia became the first state to collect taxes on goods people bought in states. Producers. Goods and services are sold by producers. Farmers sell the vegetables they grow. Mechanics are producers when they sell the service of fixing cars. Kids can also be producers. Tim sells a service when he delivers newspapers. He can also sell the cookies he bakes. So in this instance, for an example, who sells cookies? Who are the best known groups that sells cookies in the United States? Mackenzie?
Bakery?
Bakery does, but they're a group of kids. They're a group of certain types of kids that sell cookies every year. Aaliyah?
Girl Scout cookies.
Exactly. Yeah, Girl Scouts. They do a lot of goods and services too in their program. Consumers. Anyone who buys and uses goods and services is a consumer. Consumers choose what goods and services they buy. Jenna is a consumer. She uses her money to buy a new bike. Fun fact, U.S. teens spend over $160 billion of their own money each year. Earning income. Producers earn money or income. As a producer, Mary sells candy in her shop to earn money. Then she uses her income to buy goods and services from others. Mary is a consumer when she buys meat from the meat market. Joe is a producer. Joe sells clothes and toys, and he doesn't use anymore. By selling these goods, Joe is a producer. He earns income that can spend on other goods and services. Joe is a consumer. As a consumer, Joe makes choices about his income. Remember, that income is what he earns from money. He saves parts of his money for a camp next summer. He buys some school supplies he needs. Then he has money left to buy a book he wants. What goods and services do you buy? Amazing but true. Taxes have been around for about 5,000 years. In ancient Egypt, people paid many taxes. The king collected them at least once a year. Ancient Egyptian art shows workers counting and recording the taxes. So this is a hands-on in and out. Every family sells goods and services to earn money. This money buys the goods and services the family needs and wants. Where does your family income come from? Where does the income go? So it says here you can do a little project that says what you need is paper, markers, crayons, or colored pencils. What to do? 1, draw a picture of your home. 2, draw arrows pointing to the home. Write the goods and services people in your family sell to make money on each arrow. 3, draw arrows pointing away from the house. On each arrow, write your family's income, where your family incomes go. Think of as many goods and services you can. Families buy things like food and clothing. Does your family buy pet food, movie tickets, haircuts, or trips too? Talk about your picture with your family. Did you forget any goods or services? How many things does your family want and need? You may be surprised. So this is a project you can do on your own at home. And so they have some vocabulary words, and this is our glossary. It collects all of those terms. So we have consumer, a person who buys and uses goods and services. Earn, to receive payment for working. Goods, real things that a person can touch and use. Government, the people who lead a country, state, or city. Income, money a person receives for doing a job. Producer, a person who sells goods and services. Service, work that's done for other people. And taxes, money the government collects to use for providing goods and services. So those are a lot of the terms that were used in our story. So at the last page on page 14, it's the slide 14, you are going to give 3 examples of the service and 3 examples of a good. And you may use the book to help you answer these questions, these 2 questions. Once you make a list, you're going to press the green check mark, guys, and then you're going to go on to Imagine Learning and Reflex Math. But first, hop on to Reflex Math to get your green light, because that's the most important one that keeps track with Mrs. Leal to see who gets certificates and maybe some briefcases. So make sure that you are doing that and not skipping over it, because it's very important. And then hop on to Imagine Learning to do your daily skills, guys, okay? Guys, make sure that your heads are up so that way you're not accidentally falling asleep. I know it's early in the morning, but we've got to make sure that we are standing up straight and paying attention, okay, guys? I will see you for reading at 9:20. Does anybody have any questions about this social studies assignment? All right, guys. Oh, Harley, you have one. What's your question?
Do you draw a picture or do you?
No, baby, you won't. You'll use words. That's a good question. So you'll use words, okay? All right. You may log off, and I'll see you at 9:20. Okay. Bye. Isabella Wigington, I need you to log off.